Dad, 59M, and Mom, 56F, were fighting and I, 21M, intervened. Now they're angry at me. I just graduated from college and I'm working remotely now because of the pandemic from my parents' home. They argue all the damn time. They were arguing a month ago and it got very scary with furniture and glass breaking, and someone from our neighborhood called the police. No one got arrested. But I was so done with their behavior that I packed my bags to leave and they begged me to stop. My younger brother, 11M also was crying and wanted me to stay, and I stayed for him. Now today, my mom returned home from work and my dad was yelling at her because she didn't cook lunch for him before leaving for work. The sheer audacity of my dad really got to my nerves. While this fight was going on, I was in a meeting with co-workers over video call and they heard as well. I exited the call and lost my temper at them. I told them that they were complete idiots and really unleashed a lot of rage at my dad for being such a misogynistic pig. I told him if he was hungry, he could have just asked me and I would have ordered something. They in turn, including my mom, got mad at me and said that I get angry easily and that I am the problem. Is this gaslighting? And I swear I don't get them. I really feel for my younger brother because he's always so scared with this and doesn't know what to do. Now my parents want me to apologize to them for being disrespectful. They then make up and the cycle continues while I'm labeled as the crazy one for telling them to knock it off. This is a reoccurring theme and it's affect both my mental health and also my career because my co-workers think I live with crazies. I want to leave my house now, but I also want to be there for my younger brother because he's honestly traumatized. I felt that since I intervened in such a threatening manner while my parents fought and really escalated the conflict, that this should deter them from ever starting one in the future. Am I in the wrong here? Sometimes I feel that I do lose my temper, but honestly it's because of their sheer lack of sympathy for how their constant fights affect not only me but my younger brother. My little brother sometimes goes into the corner of his room and starts crying when they fight. When I saw that today, I stormed into the room and honestly lost it at them. What can I do? I want to leave, but I can't leave my brother with these crazies. I've told them that I want to leave this week and they start making excuses like it won't happen again or don't worry, this is normal in every house. This irks me the most because they normalize this kind of crazy behavior. They don't want me to leave and they're likely to create a scene. I have never been so lost in my life. I need some advice. Too long didn't read. Parents fight all the time. I want to leave, but have to stay for little brother. What to do? Move out. Is it true that your brother will have to live in less than ideal circumstances? Yes. Is this affecting your mental health and your job? Also yes. You are just getting your career started. Your parents are both completely self-focused. They obviously don't give a damn about you or your career. Move out. Get stable. For your brother a safe place to go when it hits the fan at home. Build your career. Concentrate on set improvement. Keep close tabs with your brother to ensure he is not suffering. Essentially, take care of yourself so you can be in a position to watch over your brother. Edit, typo. Yeah, I guess. But I honestly feel so guilty leaving. The last time I was packed to go, he was crying and was holding on to me to not go. He even said that he won't have anyone to wipe his tears when he cries. Don't think I'll be able to live in peace knowing that he has to go through that all alone. Was it wrong of me to intervene? Sometimes I kick myself for doing that. But I just don't know what the best course of action should have been. Have you sat down when everyone is calm and pointed out how it's affecting your brother and that he cries in the corner of his room? I get that you're trying to help, but yelling at them is just going to add to the problem and make them think you're part of the problem, too. If they're not going to be adults about it, someone should. Also, I know you're worried about your brother, but there is a point where you have to do what is right for you. The way the dad sounds, I would worry for the dad picking on the brother for not being manly enough. Move out and get a foot on. What state you live in? But when I went through my own abuse crap, my social worker told me that really unless there's documented proof of the kid never being home, Any CPS worker can walk into a kid's bedroom and go, "It looks like someone lives here." That said, you can hold a shit ton of sleepovers and brother days where he spends time at your place while it still looks like he lives at home. For the time where he's got to be at home, Christmas is the perfect time to get him some noise-cancelling headphones. It sucks and it's not ideal, but it's easier to give him a few avenues of escape as well. When you start to plan to leave, sit him down and explain it to him and talk it out. Obviously your presence there does nothing to deter the fighting, but you can offer him a safe place where he's not waiting for the next argument to start away from your parents. Leave and report their violent outbreaks to CPS, then fight for custody of your brother and get him into therapy. If CPS won't take him away, they may be able to force your parents to take parenting classes and make sure your little bro is getting mental health support. My concern is not so much that they are arguing, but that they think that it is okay for them to act this way toward each other, let alone in front of you or your brother. Not only are they putting their children's mental and physical health and career at risk, but they are also teaching your young impressionable brother that this is how to treat people you love. In an ideal world you could sit them down and explain calmly how this is affecting the people around them and they would understand, but this is so far removed from an ideal world that it's probably going to cause more drama than anything. Is there any way you could take custody of your brother? Now my parents want me to apologize to them for being disrespectful. They then make up and the cycle continues while I'm labeled as the crazy one for telling them to knock it off. Yeah, you are not the problem, they're both crazy. I think you should move out but stay in really close contact with your brother and let him stay with you whenever possible. I've told them that I want to leave this week and they start making excuses like it won't happen again or don't worry, this is normal in every house. No, it fucking isn't. I can't tell if they actually believe that bullshit or not, but they're awful and wrong. My girlfriend's 23F sister 11F died in a car accident last night. What do I do? I've never felt loss like this. I can't stop crying. She was such a sweet girl that I helped raise and I feel like a piece of me is gone and I'm trying so hard to be strong for my girlfriend, but I don't know what to do. My girlfriend watched her and raised her, but she's dealt with death her entire life and she seems to be handling it. I don't know. Maybe I'm the one who needs help. I just don't know. I feel so discombobulated and lost. I'm sorry if this is the wrong sub, I just need to know what to do. TL, doctor, need help to be strong for my so. I'm so sorry for your loss. It's unfair and awful. Keep checking in with your girlfriend and let her know that you want to be there for her in any way she needs. I doubt that she's handling it exactly, just that she's reacting to it differently. Her grief will show in different ways and different times than yours. One way you may be able to help is to offer to take on some of the work of letting people know and or taking on some logistical tasks for the funeral / wake / Shivas / however the family wants to handle it. Also, please call a friend or two of your own. You deserve to be supported too. Be there. That's the most important thing you can do. If you notice the place looking a bit untidy, clean up for her, make some easy batch meals that can be frozen to just shove in the microwave. If she wants to sit in silence, you sit in silence together. She wants to cry, you cry together. I've been in a very similar position to your GF, honestly. Be there when she wants you, be invisible but reachable when she needs a moment of space to wrap her head around things. And don't be afraid to joke with her like you did before this happened. Some normality will really help stabilize the situation. Also remember you're going through this too, so don't be afraid to show emotions. Be strong doesn't mean don't cry, it means don't give up. Adding on to this, don't be ashamed / afraid to let your friends and family help you guys. If people offer to bring you food or have a meal delivered, let them. If you guys are struggling to keep up with laundry and someone nearby asks what they can do to help, ask if they will run a few loads. pain sucks, sadness sucks. Unfortunately you will carry both for a long time. Sometimes things are not fair. Sometimes life is not fair. Things don't make sense. There will be days when you're going to have to find even a smidgen of strength to make it through the day. The good news is time heals wounds and you have your girlfriend to mourn with. Hopefully you can build a solid foundation together to grow together through tragedy. I'll get downvoted for this last part, but if you believe in God, I suggest speaking with a pastor to unanswered questions you have, and as frequently as you feel the need to deal with your pain. Life is not fair. She was the last person who would ever possibly deserve something like this. I didn't before, but I believe now. She has to be somewhere nice, or none of this is worth it. She has to be somewhere that was as kind and both today I fucked up as she is. My brain immediately goes to Gandalf describing what comes after death to Pippin. I hope she is on those shores, and I hope she is watching that boat today I fucked up a sunrise. I have to believe that. Be patient with both your GF and yourself. Really intense feelings of pain will come and go. There will also be moments when you think of her and feel happy and / or at peace. Those moments may not come for a few days or weeks. Then the horrible feelings will come again. Losing someone really special just / your brain and your emotion for a while. It may be a year before your GF starts to stabilize. Be very patient with her, and with yourself. Accept the feelings whenever and however they come. You may be at an engagement party and one of you may start bawling out of the blue. That's normal. Grief counseling is a great idea. Also, different people grieve in very different ways and on very different schedules. You may feel 90% back to normal in 6 months, and it may take your GF 18 months, or vice versa. At her memorial service you may feel at peace and your GF may be bawling, or vice versa. You may also experience periods of indifference when it doesn't feel like her death is affecting you one way or the other. Couples break up during grief sometimes because they don't realize their partner is also grieving, but not in the same way. Be very accepting of both of your feelings and very patient as the grief process works its way through. I am so very, very, very sorry for all of you. Best wishes. Keep hugging your girlfriend and keep saying I love you and I'm here for you. All you really can do for someone in this situation is to be there. Don't try to talk her down from her feelings or minimize them or tell her it will be better in time. That's true but very unhelpful. Stick with I love you and I'm here for you. I'm so sorry for the loss both of you are experiencing. That is a devastating experience. The best advice I can give you is to read up on the ring theory of grief and find people other than your girlfriend to lean on for the support you need so you can provide her with the support she needs. Your girlfriend may seem to be handling it well now, but it's also possible she's in shock, or that she's focusing on the details / logistics and will fall apart once she has to get back to real life without her sister there. Please be gentle with yourself and maybe consider looking into a grief support group for both of you. Thank you for the suggestion. I stopped reading books, and she loved to read, so I'm going to read every damn book I put my eye on. I'll start with this one. We're going to go to grief counseling. Thank you. I'm 24F, pregnant with my best friend's 24F, brothers, 26M, baby, and I don't know how to tell her. I moved to a new city right before the pandemic hit. The only other person I know who lives here is my childhood best friend's, Leah, brother, Liam. Liam had agreed to show me around the city when I first moved here, so we were already talking before everything went into lockdown. A few weeks into the lockdown, Liam asked if I wanted to wait it out at his house since we both lived alone. His house is much nicer than my apartment and he has a backyard, so I agreed. I mentioned it to Leah, and she thought it was a great idea. We got drunk one night and ended up sleeping together. We hooked up a few times after that, but I ended up breaking it off. The reason is Leah and I used to also be best friends with Olivia. Liam and Olivia hooked up a few times, and when Liam refused to have anything serious, Olivia didn't take it well. She stopped being friends with Leah and our friendship group split in two after that. Leah basically made me promise to never do something like what Olivia did. Obviously, I ended up doing the exact same thing, so when the guilt caught up to me, I had to break it off. Liam and I agreed never to mention what happened between us to his sister because neither of us wanted to hurt her. The problem is 2 weeks ago I found out I was pregnant. I haven't slept with anyone else, so Liam is definitely the father. We talked about it and came to the mutual decision to keep the baby. I now need to tell Leah and I don't know how. I really need advice on how to break the news to her. Too long didn't read. I slept with my best friend's brother and ended up pregnant. She made me promise never to hook up with him after another friend did and it ended up badly. I don't know how to tell her. Choosing to keep the baby means you are gonna have to face this. There isn't a get out of jail free card you can play to make this easy. Just tell her. Try to stress that unlike Olivia you won't be asking to split the friendship groups. You'll be co-parenting with her brother and won't try to cause a rift between him and her. Will still be her friend if she'll have you, and if she'll forgive you for the sneaking and betrayal. Guess who's going to have a niece/nephew? Are you like together now? Because there's a world of difference between I've been seeing your brother and am pregnant and we're going to be a family versus I've been hooking up with your brother and accidentally got pregos, but it's chill, we're going to co-parent. You did not do the same as Olivia. You and Liam split on good terms and you don't have a problem with Liam or his sister. Olivia struggled with unrequited love and had to distance herself to process it. The fallout of Olivia leaving was painful, but you don't manage your feelings by controlling other people's actions. Your friend making you promise to not have a relationship with her brother was an unhealthy coping mechanism. Now, starting a relationship with a friend's sibling does put the friendship at risk in case of a breakup, but you were willing to take that risk. Don't try to manage your friend's emotions. She's allowed to be upset. She still has to behave decently, because you're the mother of her future nephew/niece and it's best all involved behave maturely for the sake of the child. Tell her the news and give her space to process it. Don't try to manage her response. You're pregnant and you don't have the luxury to waste your energy on managing other people. Leah comes in a way distant fourth in this scenario. You don't even need to tell her right away. The bigger question is, what is your relationship with Liam? Are you trying to make the romance work, or are you just buddies who co-parent? Figure that out first.